So we're going to be learning how to add the audio and also how to render to MP4 format in this class. So the first thing we're going to do is to talk about how to render videos into different formats. So for us to be able to do that, we have to actually download a software called MPEG, so FFmpeg. So I'm going to, if you just go to your browser and you type FFmpeg, you can be able to do that. So you can be able to select here, and once you go in here, just go down to where you have you just go down here to downloads. You click on downloads and it will show you your downloads. So in your downloads, you click on Windows and then you click on Windows build from Gua, that name, the first one there. I can't pronounce that. So once you open that, you will actually see some options that you can be able to download. So if you go to your release build here, this one, the one of 100 MB, so FFmpeg release essential.zip. So you just go and click on it. Once you click on it, it will start downloading for you. So you see it's downloading here, but I've already downloaded it, so I'm just going to go to where I downloaded it. So once you do that, you actually see this file. So you're going to see a file like this. So this zipped file, and you can right click on it and extract it. So you have to, if you don't have this option, that means that you need to install WinRAR on your laptop. So just type WinRAR on your laptop and you get it and you can unzip. If not, you actually see extract here. There's another option where you can extract, but the main thing is that you have to extract this file. So once you extract it, you're going to have this option here. So you open this up, go to bin, open it up. So this is what you are looking for. So you can actually copy this file. So when you copy this file, you go to, now if you actually see, you open
So I
to,
can't see your screen, sir. I can't see your screen, sir.
all right, so we want to be able to copy that file. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to just do save as. So I want to get this link where I have my Opentoonz. I want to get it close to this particular place. So I'm going to start from this Opentoonz stuff. So over here I have this Opentoonz stuff here. I'll copy this link. I'm going to use that. So now I'm going to get this and going to just paste this here. This is what I want to go to. So here I already have this created. So if you look at here, I have a folder and you can create a folder. Once you create a new folder, you can just right click and create a new folder. And once you create a new folder, you can actually call it FFmpeg. I'm going to just redo it again, FFmpeg. So once you do that, so you see I have one already created there. So you can just delete that one for the meantime. So once you open it, you just copy that file. Those files you actually see from the other side, from the bin. Let me get it from the bin. So if you look at here, you just copy these files that you actually have here in the bin. You copy it and then you paste it into this place. Now you can link it from anywhere, but it's better you put it together with this Opentoonz so that whenever you're moving other things, because sometimes you could delete certain things inside your downloads. So you want to put it somewhere that is very close to Opentoonz. So I actually have to put it in my local disk, Opentoonz stuff, and then create a folder called FFmpeg and then put this here. So once you put this here, that's all you need to do. So now I'm going to minimize this. Now let's go set it up. So go to your file here and go to your preference, and see this is set up already. So I can just you can actually clean this off. If you are confused, you can just click here and you actually see FFmpeg. So you just navigate to where you have it. So Opentoonz stuff, any folder that you're using, just click on that folder and click on choose, and automatically it's going to work. So if you restart your Opentoonz, once you have done this, just close your Opentoonz, save your work, close the Opentoonz, restart it. Once you restart it, you actually see that when you go into your render and go to your render output, you actually see that if you go down to your more here and you go down to here, you can be able to actually see that you can be able to render to MP4, MOV, and AVI. Normally you just see only AVI, so but once you do this, you'll be able to see other things you can render to, even WebM. So there are a lot of things you can actually render to, and even GIF files. So this actually gives you the ability to be able to, have more abilities to be able to render different things all together. So now let's go into the next thing here. So also we have, let's talk about working with our audio. So we're going to get an audio and then we're going to be able to render whatever we want to render. So let's start with the audio. So now inside Opentoonz, audios that it's compatible with is .wav format. So let's say for example I want to add an audio here. Let's say I'm going to get my audio. Let me get an audio here. So let's say we have an audio that we want to use. So I have MP3. So if you actually get this MP3 and you want to bring it into display, let's say for example I drag it into here. Let me get this audio MP3 and you try to drag it. You see that it's not going to really be able to, you see it does not belong to this project. So let's say we want to import an MP3 format. So if you do that, let's see if it's going to. Normally the best format you should work with is the WAV format. So if you look at here, I've added an MP3 format here. So let me just go in and try playing it and see if it's going to work. So and it's actually starting from here because that's where my lesson was when I actually started. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z and push this backwards, and let's drag it in a second time. So that's just how you can be able to add audios. So I have .wav also works very well with Opentoonz. So I'm just going to use that audio again and try to drag it in here, somewhere here, and just import. So I'll apply. So right now he has added that audio into my work. So if you look at here now, I have a very long audio over here. So I can be able to actually play this audio here. So I actually stops here. So you have something like this here. And now we can be able to use it. I'm going to delete some parts of this audio. So now I have this here and I want to be able to delete some part of this audio. So I'm going to just come down here and just select here. Okay, let me see. So look at this thing that you are seeing here. So you see that you cannot really be able to delete this audio properly. So if you look at here, this is an audio that you have here. So one of the things I like using, let me select from here. See that you can't really select this part. Let's see. If you delete, you can be able to delete this part if you actually want to delete that part. So let's go down to over here. So you can actually scrub the animation. Let's bring this here. So I'm going to select, I want to select from inside here and drag this. So I can be able to drag this right now. So I want to be able to delete everything that I'm not going to use. So we're going to just keep going to the extreme there. And let's try deleting this one first. So now I've deleted that part, and let me see if there is any part still remaining, and I will just click from here, from inside, and just come back. I think this part didn't delete properly, and still deletes. Select this one and keep going backwards. So I have here, and I will delete this part too. Now let's go back to here. I think I still have some parts that didn't delete properly, so just make sure you select the cell itself and just drag it back. So that's how you can be able to have a part of the audio deleted, so that you use the one that you actually want to use. And let's delete that too. And we have this here. So this is the audio we actually have, and we can be able to play our audio, and it actually plays through. Alright, so that's everything about adding audio. So you can be able to actually scrub through your audio. So if you're actually doing lip syncing, so you can actually add an audio into your scene, and or you can be able to actually lip sync to it. Maybe someone is speaking and you can drag it across, and then you use this the level strips to be able to change the mouth shapes to do that. So we're going to do that in another video. So right now we want to be able to render this video, so let's just play this for a while and see what we're rendering. And that's all. So let's go to rendering. So if you want to render a video, you go down here to render. So when you click on render, you can go directly to the output settings. So I'm going to click on the output settings, and I would like to, if you go to your camera, you actually see the camera you're using here, 1619, and it's 980 or 10 to 1080. So that's the HD, and this has been set already from the beginning. So you can actually come in here and change it if you actually want to. So but this has already been set, so we're going to leave it that way. So our frames have been set already. Our frame rate has been set right from time, so we have 24 frames over there. So now I can just go down, and you have your color. You can click on color, and you see that everything has been set. You can leave it there. And the most important thing is, where do you want to save it in? So I'm going to click here, and where do I want to save it in? I want to save it in one of my folders. Let me see the place where I have my downloads. Let me see here. So in my downloads, let me just create a render here, somewhere inside here. I'm just going to call this my render, and I'm going to actually put this inside here. So I can just select this, open this folder, and I'm going to copy this folder right now, the link to this folder, and I'm going to just paste it inside here and enter. So I have this now. So once I'm here in the render, I can just click on choose, and it's going to choose it. So the question now is, what's the name? So I can call this my car animation. I'll put Opentoonz. So now, what's the format? So the format here is MP4. So if you use AVI, it's a very large format. It's the default that Opentoonz comes with, and you can actually get up to 1 gig file. Just maybe a few seconds animation, and it will be 1 gig. So you need to actually make sure you have done the first step I did, which is actually to install my FFmpeg into Opentoonz. So once you do that, you can be able to easily render to different formats. So you have different formats you can render. You can render to GIF. So I'm going to be rendering to MP4. That's the most friendly format we're going to be using. So MP4, and we have the other things here. Let me just wait for that. So you can actually change some few things here, but the standard is actually cool. And then let's go down to here to more, and you see that that's the only thing that we have. So that's the major thing you need to work on, and then you can click on render and wait for animation to be able to render. So once you're done with this, you actually see your animation already complete for you to work with, and you can actually play this. You can put this online and wherever you actually want it to be. So this is the render for the animation. So if you actually see, it's rendered to MP4 format, and the file is just 1.8 megabyte. If you actually use AVI to render that, it will actually be 1 point something big. So once you play this, you can actually go ahead to actually play this with your VLC, and once you do that, you actually get the video. So let me just go to the video. It looks something like this. So that's all how to be able to add audio to your animation. So whether it's voiceover or a music, whatever it is, or or an effect, you can actually apply all those things inside Opentoonz and then have to render it, to any format you actually want. So if you actually go through everything we have done, you can be able to actually create a decent 2D animation using Opentoonz. All right, and that's what we're going to do for today.